Okay, I'm here today with Justin Reichenau. He's here to celebrate his dad's retirement party here in Fort Worth. And Justin, tell me a few things about what you remember the most about your dad growing up and his work and this type of thing.
Just growing up, he and I living the good life, and he was always there for me for sports and school and events and coaching, just like I am for my boys. So I try to live my life the way he taught me how to. And I just remember every time we'd go over a bridge or road, he asked me if he wanted me to tell him who supplied the rock for this job. So we still kid about that today, and I'm 40, and we still make fun of each other about that and laugh about what we did going to school in the mornings when he would take me to school. Even when I was a freshman in high school, he still drove me and Tommy to school. So I never had to ride a school bus. So this will be fun. We're looking forward to it.
Did you ever go with him to work and
all the time
and travel with him?
All the time. Tommy and I would go to the rail yard, which is not far from where we are here at the stockyards, and slide down rock piles, and it would ice. We'd slide down icy bridge embankments and jump in train cars and go up on silos. And so yeah, all my dad's work friends knew who Tommy and I were. So
That's good.
It was fun.
Well, I think it'll be a good time. It'll be a great surprise. He has no idea you're coming.
Absolutely.
And so it'll be a great time.
Yep.
So we're looking forward
to it.
See ya.
Oh yeah, I actually did an interview. Hey, Dad.
We're documenting this.
You've got way too many toys.
I think they're going to be in the very back. No, there's a couple of your buddies here. You need to walk on back to the back, I think.
He saw me first. Oh my goodness. What a surprise. Yeah. Oh.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, sweetheart? Good. My goodness. You coming?
Yeah, I know. We got the whole deal, right? We've been trying to put it off as long as we could.
You couldn't tell by my email?
No. It's been hard keeping the secret. Yeah.
It was all her idea.
Ann and I wanted to tell you.
Oh. Wow.
A good surprise.
Yeah. Wow. I had no idea.
We're afraid you'd see us walking down the street or something.
Yeah.
So we had to get her at 5.
Super. I'm glad you can walk.
I got over here.
So where y'all staying?
With you.
I hope we can stay at your house because we don't really have any other place to stay.
Hope you're ready.
You just gotta take us to the airport in the morning.
Yeah. I just, as of today, yeah.
Oh, we did. We picked him up.
It's on YouTube channel.
But still.
We gotta check it out.
Really enjoyed this video.
So tell me, Tommy, how do you know Hal?
My goodness.
I met him through his son.
How long ago?
1986.
Wow.
1985.
That's a long time.
Sounds like a second dad.
Yeah.
Right next to me,
I don't know if you remember Tommy. I grew up with Tommy.
Did you say you're going to walk in?
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
For everybody to come. I didn't know Hal had this many friends, but apparently I was wrong. I've been up here in this market for almost 4 years now, and I remember the first time I got up here, I pulled into Fort Worth and we had the office there. I walk in there, I'm wondering what's going on, and I see old Hal in the corner there with a bunch of maps and protractors and all this other kind of stuff. He brought me in, sat me down, and we had a good conversation for about 4 or 5 hours, just kind of talking about the market and really just kind of understanding what I was really getting into. And we had just purchased some yards and a quarry, in Oklahoma. So I'm brand new. Jeff Lott had asked me to come up here and kind of help build the market. So I was a little nervous, but one thing Hal did, which I really appreciate, he kind of took me under his wing and really, integrated me into the whole North Texas, environment. So one thing I'll never forget that. My whole career, I'll never forget that. I want to thank you first of all, from the bottom of my heart. So I really do. Just wanted to keep this night a little casual and have a little bit of fun. I know over here there's a little sign here for Hal. If y'all don't mind, everybody signing it, put a little word on there for him of encouragement, because he's probably going to need it. He's going to be sitting out there on this dock on Lake Granbury drinking a cold Miller Lite. We're all going to be working. So, all I know is that for my team that we have now, we've kind of brought our team up from a couple people now to a full-blown, sales force, and he's really taking everybody under his wing. I think I speak for everybody on the team saying really appreciate all the words of encouragement, all the guidance, and I know you still have a phone, so we're gonna keep on blowing you up still. So really appreciate it. I hate to see you leaving, but I'm kind of happy for you, and I'm kind of sad the same way, right? I don't want to be selfish, but I'm happy for you to pursue some other things in life. Other than that, I kind of want to turn it over to Jeff Lott for a minute and talk over this.
Well, first I'd like to thank Hal for all his years of service with Vulcan. I think that you look around the room and think about Hal's experience up here. Some of y'all have a lot of experience with Hal, and he really is, someone that reminds me of integrity. And when I think about him, I think about the high level of customer service and Hal's word, and he really helps make us who we are in Texas, all across Texas. He's mentored a lot of us here in Vulcan. When I came to Vulcan and Hal was up here, I said, Hal, I just want you to help me with this one sales manager one more time. Like, 4 or 5, right? So, but I really want to tell Hal how much I appreciate his contribution to Vulcan. But many like y'all, my time goes back before Vulcan. I worked with Hal when I was younger, and we were both younger. And he was a mentor of mine early on, and I know that doesn't say much for his legacy here, so but he was, and I remember back to the times when he and I worked with Ron Simons back in Trinity Industry, right? And so what I do remember about that time is Hal taught me how to deal with difficult conversations and people, and that was something that I always remember and I'll never forget, because that was, we had pretty challenging times, the market was challenging, and different times, so I was a pretty raw, outspoken guy back then, and I guess I'm just raw now, Hal. It does that, but so for me, but not just Vulcan, but me personally, like a lot of people in the room, you've impacted over the years, and you've helped many of us be who we are and the company that we are. So I want to say that congratulations for that. And for that, I want to
You want to be in this picture too?
Yeah, so every picture I see that is beer, where that beer picture came from. But
You know where they came from.
ready?
1, 2, 3. One good. One was my one more from someone who's not off
Get
their
in
camera.
there.
Get in there. Get in there.
Yeah, come on, Jim.
Come on, Jim.
Come on, yeah. Come on.
Wow, that's good.
So I know I'm not the only one that has something to say or experience about Hal, so I'll open the floor up to anyone else that has a comment that they'd like to share at this time.
We can do that if y'all want to have a couple beers first.
This is your last chance here.
You only have 30 seconds.
Okay, so we do have a taker here.
There we go.
Well, actually, Hal and I grew up not too far from each other. He's from Mason, Texas. I'm from Atlanta High School. And I was thinking, what can I get this guy? He's got everything, you know? Well, Lando played Mason back in the days, but in his days, it was leather helmets and mine was plastic. But anyway, over the last 22 years, I got to know Hal, and he's a great mechanic. If y'all don't know that, he's a great storyteller. He's a great Cal advisor. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
think that, you know.
Everybody, yeah.
But I was thinking what I could get him from, and you know, the guy's got everything, so, you know. So I came up with something from Lowe's. Everybody heard of Lowe's? So I bet you don't have one of these. It's the Lano Yellow Jackets of the he'll never wear it. Congratulations.
That was our nemesis in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. Great guy. Great guy.
Well, this is humbling, I'm telling you. I was laughing a while ago coming over here. I was driving over here and I'm thinking, well, let's see, Ty Bradshaw can't make it and Randy Woods can't make it. And I'm thinking, well, wouldn't this be rough if I got there and there was only 4 or 5 people in it? But I got to keep a stiff upper lip, you know, and tough it out and get on down the road. And my brother-in-law's standing out there on the curb waiting for me because my son had told me he couldn't be here and Tiffany couldn't be here. And so I'm thinking, man, you know, and I walk in here and they've got this all put together to surprise me, and Farron shows up, Jamie shows up, and all these guys I've worked with over the years. It's been fun. I mean, that's what it's all about, it's having fun. And people say I wasn't born in Texas, but I got here as quick as I could. Well, I wasn't born in Vulcan, but I got here as quick as I could. And what Jeff says is right, and we have fun, and it's a good company to work for. Jeff Pace comes up here, and I think he was like the 5th sales manager that I've had in like 10 years, and I'm going, man, I hope you stick around.
It's almost 2 years, man.
We just weed out the bad ones.
And he fell right in there, and we've got a super team. We've got Zach and Courtney and Ronnie and Johnny Nelson and Byron. I mean, just a great group of guys. And somebody said, well, who they hired to take your place? I said, well, they hired 4 guys to take but it's been a lot of fun, and you know, one of my friends and good customers for years and years and years is Shane Barrington, who owns Northeast Papers. And we go way back when his dad was in the business. And his 2 sons to show up is pretty special.
Well, I can tell you from him, he wishes he could be here tonight, and he wanted us to let you know that.
You know, Danny Flowers back there, I've known him back from in my gravel days, and Chuck Powell at Turner Concrete. I mean, I just, you know, Eric Johnson and I, woo, all time.
We don't want to talk about that.
My friend Kenny War, gosh, guy, you know, this really means a lot to me.
Well, Hal, I tell you what, you mean a lot to this industry. I mean, a lot of young guys can learn a lot from you for that, because you know, I've known Hal since I came to Vulcan, you know, 18 years ago, and I left a little for him, but you walk in anywhere and everybody knows Hal, they respect him. And I mean, that's Jeff said that, and everybody talks about it, but your word means a lot. Whatever Hal told anybody, that he took it to the bank. He didn't care, he'd argue with somebody, but if he told somebody that thing, he meant it. And that's why people respect him.
Well, Jeff used to tell me, you know, you can call me anytime you want to, and I think after a while, it's like, man, you really need to call me.
I do. So, what I appreciate more about the stories is what Hal, you know, is gracious enough not to say and not to tell. So that's what I appreciate the most.
We've had a lot of fun. I see my friend Al Alejandro over here. I got to tell you this story. And Jeff will laugh about it. Tom Hill said, I need you to go to Abilene. And I said, are you kidding me? He said, you know, John wasn't there. We were having trouble getting a sales guy to come to Abilene. And so I said, okay. He said, if you'll go out there and get you an apartment, stay out there, just 2 years, just straighten that mess out, and I'll bring you back. And let me tell you, my pool game is better than it ever was playing pool with Al Alejandro almost every night. I really sharpened my, well, we did
That's
sell,
what goes on in Abilene.
we did sell,
That's really what goes on in Abilene.
we did sell a lot of customer service, But we had, you know, it was fun. I mean, we just had fun. And we did sell a lot of rock. And we made, you know, we made some money from Vulcan, and the Weatherford plant, we were building a brand new plant out there, increased the volume, and gosh, I'm going to come back out there and watch y'all build that plant. I took Byron down to meet a ready-mix guy today, and driving back, and I'm taking him around, showing him all those old quarries we used to have. And man, I'm going to miss this. But a lot of good memories, and I really appreciate John, Laurie, and Gavin showing up. That's really special. That's really special.
I'm Al's son. I probably know, I don't know, 25% of the room, and some of you people watch me grow up. The gentleman in the black hat right there means a lot to me. I'm glad he's here. His son's here. Kenny has helped me in Houston when he didn't know who I was, but he knew who my dad was, because I was broken down at the University of Houston and my car wouldn't start, and he was the first person there. I've heard your name, I don't know how many times, and I appreciate what you did for him in Abilene, because it was rough. I took care of his dog, and you took care of him. That was a lot to ask of anybody, and I appreciate it. I've got 5 small children, and they mean the most to this gentleman right here, and he's about to spend a lot of time with them. And that, to me, that's what's going to keep him busy. I grew up on the gravel pits at Brazos Point when he moved me to Fort Worth, Texas in 3rd grade, and he raised me by himself. And I'm who I am today because of him. I wanted to be a newspaper writer and telling about sports. That didn't work out, so I'm a salesman. I can sell you some stuff. And it's because of this guy right here. And I'll never forget, and I was going to write the post on Facebook, and I hadn't done it yet because I haven't got a picture with him yet. We would drive the roads to Brazos Point or wherever we were going. To my best friend's back there, Tommy Stetson. He's as much of a son to him as I am. And we would go over these big bridges and roads, and the first thing out of my dad's mouth, because I didn't give a shit, was, you want me to tell you who put rock into this bridge? And we still kid about that today. So what I do to him today is when we're watching a game on TV, I just say, you want me to tell you who sold him those uniforms? You want to know what brand of uniforms they're wearing? And it's payback for, I'm 40 years old, so I've been listening to it for 30 years that I can remember. And the one thing he's always told me, and I'll share with you because I think young people in this room and even the old people in this room, no one can ever take away your name. And Kenny said it best. When he walks into a room, he's respected. And I tell my customers, it's not about customer service. At the end of the day, it's about your reputation. And then my reputation is my name. And that's how I build my business, and that's how my dad's done it for so long. And I hope everybody in here respects my father.
We'd go on vacation, and it's like, yeah, okay, you got to stop and pick up a damn rock. We're going to Vail skiing, and we're coming back, and we stop at Mount Kaplan, this old extinct volcano, so of course, and I'll give you some volcanic rock off the side of the road.
He gives my kids fossils and rocks. My kids are 11, 7, the boys are 11, 7, and 4, and they don't even know what that is. Right? So one of these days you'll appreciate what Papa gave us. So thank you for listening and coming. I appreciate it.
That's great. That's awesome.
The part he doesn't tell you about is when he was living with me down in Louisiana, and he was 1 or 2 years old, before preschool. I worked for Syntex. I sold admixtures for concrete. And of course, we were the guys that installed the equipment and serviced it, plus selling the material. And one of my biggest customers was Louisiana Industries in Bossier City, and I lived in Baton Rouge. If they called me at 10 o'clock at night and set my dispensers down, he got in a sleeping bag in the back seat, and I drove to Shreveport and worked all night fixing the equipment. And I remember looking at the car, and he'd be sitting there with his elbows on the back seat waving at me while I'm working on the dispensers.
I don't remember that.
But it's all about, like you said, it's just enjoying your job, working hard, and having a good time. That's what it's all about. That's all about. Uh-oh. He probably knows more secrets.
Yeah, I'm Hal's brother-in-law, and I tell you what, yeah, Hal, you know, we don't want to get started.
I know.
But I got to tell a story. Everybody thinks he's such a sweetheart. He's so nice. But I tell you how cold-hearted this guy is. This guy drove me to the airport to drop me off to leave to go to Vietnam. And he pulls up and he says, "You got your duffel bag?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "I'll see you in a year." And that was it. And off he went. He's a great guy. He's a great brother-in-law, I tell you what. And you need to come up here.
I wrote him a couple of letters, I think. And come on up here. One of the things that I'm so proud of.
You're good. You're good.
You know, y'all have all probably, this is my twin sister. She's better looking. Yeah, we've been together a long time. And we stay close, and this part of this surprise and part of what's going on here tonight is part of her doing surprising me with Justin and Tommy and all. But we're real close, and she's the girl I call all the time when I get down in the dumps. I don't, think things are going just right. She's always there to support me, and I love her to death. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the party. Appreciate it. Did I miss anybody? I appreciate it. I just don't know. I don't know how to say it. I appreciate it all. Every bit of it.